Hello and welcome to Head and Shoulders, where we cover athletes, performances, and otherwise that are head and shoulders above the rest. And we are looking for 10,000 subscribers. So before we get into today's content, if you are not subscribed, as most of you that view these videos are not currently yet, let's get up to 10,000 subscribers by the end of October, mid-November. We're pushing toward it. We almost got 1,500 subscribers. And so, man, we are growing very quickly. Thank you all that have subscribed. We're going to get into today's content. But just before that, if you would like to see animated short videos like races between Usain Bolt, Michael Johnson, not Michael Johnson's shadow, or Marlene Ottey versus Elaine Thompson, Asafa Powell versus a prime Carl Lewis, things like that, definitely let me know, because we are now taking membership offers to join in for that. But anyway, we're going to get into Dina Asher-Smith, the plan on how she can actually win, because right now it ain't looking pretty for her at all on how she could either win or get a medal. And I mean, it is tough. It's much tougher than it was last year, because Dina Asher-Smith, as we have been calling her, the Pretty Runner Smith, is going up against what she would claim as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Elaine Thompson, looking at her as Mighty Might. So, and then Blessing Akabari, the 5-foot giant, she runs like a short person with bricks on her legs, but she is so much taller than everybody else. Well, we got Dina Asher-Smith right here. So what is the plan that she can win or get at least get a medal in the 100 and 200 meter final? And the relay, that's just going to come as the relay. They're going to have to put in their work to get in the medal. I'm kind of confident that Great Britain, Team GB, can actually put it together. But, they got some work out for them. So with that being said, we're going to get into Dina Asher-Smith, her plan, what she's going to do, and how she's going to do that right now. And while I'm at it, let's bring up this. Everybody remember this one? In Doha, she medaled. She was happy. She got that silver and bronze. So she's going to come through. This is what I got for her. This is what I believe that she's got to do. Now, first, let's look at her personal best. So she peaked at the perfect time. She got a personal best in both the 100 and 200 at Doha in 2019. What better way to do it than to do it in the final, right? So she got a 1083 in the final. You know what that was good enough for? Let's look at her honors right here. So just so we have it right in front of our face and that we can confirm this right here. You know what that was good for? Silver. Who did she get a silver to? Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She ran a 1083. Great. All right. Now, we also got to look at what she did in the 200 meters, which was a PR 2188. What did that get her? That got her a gold medal. I don't know why I just said bronze. I'm remembering the 4x1 back in 2013, I think. Yeah, right here, the bronze. So anyway, she got a gold medal in the 200, 2188. Now, people are saying, oh, it's going to be tougher this year and everything like that. Yeah, I believe that it's a tough year, but that doesn't mean that she doesn't have a way to do it. And you know what? We can look at her results. Let's go back to 2019 and look what she was doing leading up to the championships. So she had ran a 1088 before that. That gave her a good sign. Let's look at the 200. She hadn't broken 22 seconds the entire year. She ran a 2208. You know what else? You know what this is similar to? Now let's go back to 2021. She's running a 2206. She's run much less 200s this year. She's run a few more 100s, and her better 100 was in the semifinal with less tailwind. In that final right here at the British Championships, the starters were trolling. I mean, not the starters, the timers were trolling. They've been trolling all year round. They've been messing up times, Okabari, wind reading, all types of stuff. Not messing up, but, trolling us. They gave her a 1071, and then they rounded it up to 1097. What? That's almost 0.3 of a second off. Anyway, with that being said, she's running 1091. So she's a little bit slower, 0.3 of a second slower than what she's run in the past, okay, in this time. But She also hasn't run an extra race after championships, like the British Championships, like she did before. So that's something to be said. But she did run a little bit earlier, a 22:06. Know what that 22:06? She ran a 22:08. I think she might be in shape to do a PR. And if she PRs in the perfect time, that's already plan number one. All right. Let's look at the 200 because 100 is going to be a little bit more shaky. But for her to medal or win in this is what she's got to do. She's got a few more people in front of her. She's got Shanae Miller-Uibo. She's got Elaine thompson-herah. She's got Jenna Prandini. She's got Shericka JACKSON, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and Gabby Thomas. Now, a lot of people are counting out Gabby Thomas, saying she can't do it. Now, me, I'm actually confused a little bit because this is the best she's ever run ever. So she's got a momentum spree on it. The thing that I'm confused with is she going to be able to reproduce that monstrous kick that she did in the last 50, 60 meters of the race. And I'm not sure that she can do it. But let's just say that maybe she can, right? So Dina Asher-Smith, in order for her to come up, she's gonna have to run like this. She's gonna have to run like she means something. And this is what she's gonna have to do. She's gonna have to run this 21:88 or better. Most of these championships can be settled at 22 flat, 21:8. You can win these championships with a time like that because the prelims can take a lot out of people. The semis can take a lot out of people. And remember, most of her competitors, except for Gabby Thomas, Jenna Prandini, and Shanae Miller-Uibo. Now, Shanae Miller-Uibo will be doing the 400, but most of her other top competitors are also doing the 100 and 200. And then one of these Jamaicans, they're going to be doing the 4x1 on top of that. So they got 1, 2, 3 races. She's got 3 races. They nullified 2 prelims and semis, the semi prelim. And then one of the competitors is going to have an extra set of 2 races before they get to the end. And it's going to depend, Shericka JACKSON or Elaine thompson-herah. That's going to depend on what we say. So Dina Asher-Smith, what does she got to do? Well, number one, she's going to have a good start. She can't look like she did in the Great British Trials where she was running that 100 and she was getting smacked around in a tornado. She was bouncing left to right. Go ahead and look at it. Type it in. Actually, I have a video here. I think I covered the video and I thought I put it in black and white. Look on my videos on Dina Asher-Smith. I might actually tag it at the end of this video. That's what I'm going to do. But look at that. And she was just running like lead was on her. She was getting smacked around. It was like the wind got the best of her and there was barely any wind there. So unless she looks like this, she's like focused, looking, running, concentrated, and everything like she was in Doha, she's not going to be able to get it. But this is the video focusing on what she can do. She got to get out that good start. She can be virtually anywhere on the track. I think that she needs to be more in the center to the center lanes to the center inside lane. I think she needs somebody to key off of so she knows where she's at. If she can get somebody, it doesn't matter if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, all Dina Asher-Smith has to do is get a solid start. She don't have to have the Fraser-Pryce or Talu start, but she has to have a solid start. And if she has a solid start for her in the 200, she's out there with the rest of them. She holds on that first 80 meter and run that bend like she knows how to do because she's done more 200s in her life. And that's why I believe that she hasn't done as many this year because she's trying to work on a 100, if anything. So I think what she has to do is get out on that bend. She's with the field or ahead of them. If she's with the field or ahead of them, she can close. Have you all seen her close? She can close. People focus on Shericka JACKSON, Shanae Miller-Uibo, the strength closers. But with her, it's like she goes through her steps, her progress, her transition phase, her getting off the curve and transitioning right there, / toward the end of the race where you're decelerating or you're making your move right there. And she's making that move at the end, she's catching up on everybody else. And I think if she does that solid start, get out with or ahead of the rest of the field, she even has wiggle room to be slightly behind them. But I kind of don't trust that with Shericka Jackson's closing speed. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, I seen her in this 200, and because I saw her in it, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce just got to be there, and she doesn't have the closing speed for speed endurance, so she's got to be ahead of people. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is likely going to accelerate, like I saw her before, between that 110-meter mark to about 150, where she's going to gap the rest of the field. If Dina Asher-Smith can hold on to somebody like a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, if she's able to do that in the final, then the race is hers. The race is hers. And I believe that she's going to run a 21-8 low or 21-7 mid. I think that would be good enough to win for the 200. It might surprise you all. Some of you guys are thinking it might be 21-6, 21-5. These things don't always add up to that way. Now, if it's a faster race, this is what she's going to have to do. I think she can handle a faster run, but I'm just giving her the medium, the benefit of the doubt, and that she's going to run a PR here in a reasonable time, right? But if the conditions are right, if the conditions are a little bit warmer, and it fits them like it would be there in Doha, it was actually, I think, air conditioned or something like that. So I don't know what the inside temperatures, I need to look that up. But if it's conducive for the sprinters, I think she could go faster if necessary, a 21-6 something. I really got a 21-6.5 as her max ability right now, but that's if she can get it together. If she looks like, if her 100 is looking pretty poor, then she's out of it. But this is about that. So I think that she can actually win. Now, let's say that she doesn't win. I think that her hitting a 21-8 low or a 21-7 mid somewhere will be in the range of a medal. I think that she could get a medal if she gets, especially if it's a faster race like these front runners are going to do. Somebody may not be in there. We all think that these races edge up and that it's a close race. It's going to be Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and somebody. Most likely, this is going to be a gap race where it's not even two people fighting to the line. It's one person ahead, and or everybody's there, and then it's like Noah Lyles when he pulls away, and then he's like 3 meters in front of everybody or something like that. He's in the mix of it, but it's really just not close at the end. A lot of these races don't come down to that. We think about Devers when she was running the 100 in her Olympic championship 100 races, and it was a 1/10 of a second between both of them. She did it twice. So yeah, we look at those like that, but I don't think so. Now, especially not the 200. It's less likely, but it could be. And if it is, she's got to run a 21-7 mid, and I think she has the capability of doing it. She's running very similar times that she did in 2019. So in the 100, she's going to have a little bit of tougher time. Blessing Okabari, the 5-foot giant. I don't think that she's going to have a problem with the 5-foot giant. Now, unless Blessing Okabari could get herself together and whatever is going through with her, if she can get it together and add that up, okay, Okabari has it. She just misfires. I look at her like, hey, it's a car. You misfired the engines a little bit, and then boom, you got it. Now, and there's no disrespect to Okabari. She's running great, but she just runs like a shorter person. That's all it is. She runs like a tall, short person, if you get what I'm saying. So I call her the 5-foot giant because she's much taller than 5 feet, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is 5. Natasha MORRISON, she ain't there. For some reason, my mind went there to click it, and now I'm just wasting time in here. Now, we go into the next one. Ta Lou. Ta Lou knows how to freaking get a medal. You know who was right there with Dina Asher-Smith? Let me show you on the honors right here. The World Championships in the 100. Here she is right here. She was right behind her at that 1090. She was right behind her. If Dina Asher-Smith falls off all year round, Ta Lou just been right there, right behind Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, right behind Elaine Thompson, right behind Shericka Jackson, right behind Shanae Miller-Uibo. She's been right behind each one of these athletes right there. She's been I'm the number 2. She's getting tired of getting second, third, fourth. She wants to get this win. So Ta Lou's going to try to put in the Jets. But you know how you can defeat Ta Lou? You stay up with her when she gets out that almost as fast as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce start, realize that she doesn't have the strength that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has, and that she's going to die out. You hold with her, you stick it to her, and boom, you're going to pull away from her. But you know what? She may not have the same strength, but if one of these other athletes are falling off, she can beat a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, right? So Dina Asher-Smith has to be able to be next to Talu, Fraser-Pryce. Those are the two that she has to strategically somehow get herself next to. She needs to be able to see their start and then say, all right, because she even beat Sha'Carri Richardson. Remember, even though it's raining, even though she's more used to this and all the other stuff, you know what? At the end of the day, a W is a W. Everybody's going to say, oh, Dina Asher-Smith is used to that stuff. Yeah, if it rains, Dina Asher-Smith basically going to win. When she wins in those types of things. But you know what else she was able to do? She was able to capitalize on, hey, you know what? I'm running. And you know what happened? She ran her race in the rain. It was like the rain and wind wasn't there. She just said, all right, cool. If the rain and wind wasn't there, guess what? The power that she was still producing on the track still might have got her to run faster. Who knows? Maybe you could all argue that Richardson right here might have slipped and felt the slips, but you know, Dina Asher-Smith might have been able to handle the ground because she knows where the water goes and she's so used to it. Yeah, that could be an argument to be made. But yeah, so Talu can be taken down. We know that she finishes ahead of her. That's not as much. Okabare, 5-foot giant. It's okay. This is Mighty Mite number 2, Talu. All right, Shericka Jackson. Shericka No Jackson, Action Jackson. That's what we got right here. You know what's going to have to happen right here? She's going to have that speed endurance to last her out. We saw her at the Jamaican trials. How does she defeat Shericka Jackson in this? Well, like I said, she just sets herself up next to, if she can, in a lane next to either Talu or Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She got to know that Talu is going to be behind Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, like she would have known the last time. Get herself out. Make sure that she's lane awareness and say, all right, if Talu is right here next to me, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is going to be half a meter in front of that. I got to be this half a meter in front of that at the very least, And if she's right there, if she's able to do that, then she's racing against the ghost of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce where she would think she is, depending on how far away she is on the track. And then she ain't got nothing to worry about with Shericka Jackson, because if she can stay ahead of that, Shericka Jackson, although she can close, unless she can get a start like a Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, she ain't catching her. And the only people that I can see in the field that are capable of doing a start similar to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce or close enough would be Talu, because she quite frankly is almost always the second fastest or the same speed as Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce when she comes out, at least the first couple steps. Just slow down these races, rewatch them 100 and 200, and then you're like, wait a minute. Oh, shoot, they're right there. So, and Talu has been on the inside of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in these 200s, and you can see, and on the outside, and you can see where Shelly-Ann doesn't really eat up on her like she eats up on everybody else. She eats up on her a little bit, but not like that. So Dina Asher-Smith has got to do that. Now let's take down Elaine thompson-herah. She has the ability to start similar to Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, but nobody really starts as fast as her except for Talu. That's the only other person I see in the field consistently that starts as fast as her. Actually, I got to look at Talu's 60-meter time right here to see where her personal best is. Oh, she doesn't. Oh, yeah, she does. 7.02. I believe that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce got a 698. Let's look at this PR really quick because that does come in. This is outdoor time. Where is it at? 698. There we go. So they are look at how close they are. Now that isn't that close in the 60, but spaced out with an extra 40 meters. Look at how close that is. Now let's go to Elaine thompson-herah. Look at that. She also got a 698, a little bit sooner. So she has the ability to do it, but she doesn't get those starts out. Everybody knows that Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce has the starts. It was so spooky that it spooked Carmelita Jeter. Like, she couldn't use her muscles to muscle that out. It was just whoop, and she couldn't beat her. People keep saying she couldn't reproduce her times. It's just that she spooked her. She came out, and then Carmelita Jeter was so thrown off, she could not get her. That's why she couldn't beat her at the Olympics. So with that being said, all right, here comes Elaine Thompson. That's going to be her a big competitor for her in the 200 if she can get it together. And a lot of people are saying, hey, she ain't going to be able to get it. So let's just go under the assumption that maybe she doesn't get her 200 together, right? All right. Well, her 100 is 1071. So with that being said, her season best 1071, very close to her PR. She's going to have a tough time beating Elaine Thompson-Herah and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. I think what she has to do is make sure she beats the rest of the field. I got to be honest here. I can't see her getting the gold right here. It's going to be both Fraser-Pryce and Thompson falling off. Yeah, I don't know if both of them will fall off. I can see one, but yeah, maybe Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce misfires and runs a 1083. I can see that. But when you look at her realistically, let's look at the honors here. Look at every time that she's won this 100. 10-7, 10-7. Okay, that was the Olympics. Injured, 1086. But that she didn't win that. She got bronze. Okay, now let's look at her winning again. World Championships, 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, 10-7. Like, you know, that's what she does. And in Daegu, well, 1099. Okay, she got 4. Every time she wins, 10-7, 10-7, 10-7, consistent. So that means if Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is on point, she ain't running no slower than a 10-7 something. So what we need here is for Dina Asher-Smith, if she want to compete, if she wants to get a goal, basically Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce got to implode, have a misfire. That's what that would be. It wouldn't even be an implosion. She's already done so much. She's the greatest sprinter all time, especially when it comes to the 100. There's no argument there. And Elaine Thompson has to implode. Both of them have to just fail. Both of them are just too much faster than everybody else. So I think she has to race realistically for 3rd place. And I think that she could get it by what I just said. She has to be next to Fraser-Pryce or Ta Lou. She don't got to be next to anybody really in the 200. And then she has to make sure if she's next to Ta Lou, she's got to be a little bit in front of her where she thinks the ghost of Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. That would more or less guarantee that she's in front of Shericka Jackson. That's where she has to run for. She ain't running for, slightly in front of Ta Lou for any other reason that Shericka Jackson's going to be close. Otherwise, I think it might be a sweep for Jamaica. Now, what do you guys think? Hey, I'm going to do another race breakdown for the 100 for Marie-Josee Ta Lou or Jose Ta Lou and Okabare and everything else. What do you all think? Do you think Pretty Runner Smith, is that the nickname we're going to give her? Because people were commented when I did the joke about, hey, you run pretty, but can you run fast? With the Elaine Thompson against Mighty Mike or Mama Rocket. Are we going, can we see that she can challenge her? Right? We got to come up with a nickname for Elaine Thompson-Herah. What do you guys have a nickname, like a nickname like an athlete would say as a somewhat of a put down joking way and everything that's funny? Because I don't have one, because I was coming up with everybody else. But thinking about Elaine Thompson-Herah right now, since my mindset isn't like Dina Asher-Smith trash talking, I can't think of one for Elaine Thompson other than like maybe she, I don't know, she's a head case, but that's not really a funny one. That's just kind of a thing there. So, but yeah, that's my case right there. What do you guys think? Do you agree or disagree? Because I think Dina Asher-Smith can actually still medal, but she's got just that much to worry about. Hey, but anyway, this has been Head and Shoulders. We're going to, like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to support the animated videos that we're going to have, they're going to be 2 minutes. I'm going to do the voiceover announcer where I might do a British voice. I might say, Gabi Thomas and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, Shericka Jackson and Jenna Prandini coming down the straightaway or something like that. And that wasn't even me trying that hard for it. So that might have just sounded cringy. But I might do some things like that, or I might just announce in my regular voice like I do at most meets that I do. Anyway, catch you all in the next one and cut.